I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times, cause anything worth doing is a tough.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about breakouts. So I've been kind of having a couple videos. I believe this is going to be my second one where I'm talking about different plays and patterns, kind of singling them out, kind of telling you guys what they are, and then kind of like how to trade them a bit. So today we're going to be focusing on breakouts. This is probably like the most basic, the easiest, the one that everyone should kind of start on, in my opinion, because I don't know, the idea of them is just very self-explanatory. I don't know. It's just, I feel like this is like breakouts and dip buys are kind of like the two basics, and then you can kind of branch off from there. So here we have breakouts. Breakouts pretty much are just breaks of resistance. So there's so many different types of breakouts. So anytime like there's resistance, right? We talked about support and resistance, right? Whenever you break through that resistance, it's kind of a breakout. So let's talk about the different types of breakouts. You have intraday, you have all-time highs, but then you also have multi-month, multi-week, multi-day, right? So if we have a stock that, let's say in the morning, right, comes up, spikes, makes that high, kind of pulls back down, kind of just coming up, and then re-breaks that higher day break, that is a intraday breakout, right? So again, depending on what breakout you play, and it really depends on the stock itself and the market and everything else, it's going to play differently, right? That's why for this kind of setup, I don't really want to talk about how to trade them. I can talk about the different ways that people like to trade them, kind of personality-wise, that it doesn't really matter, right? So I can talk about that, but that's pretty much what a breakout is. Now, the cool thing is that you can look at, we're going to go over some breakouts today. You can look at them at any different time scale. It all works the same. So we actually can get right into that over here. So I feel like it's just easier to kind of show than explain. So let's actually move the webcam a bit. Let's move it up here. Right, there we go. So we're looking at BTBT. So this is from a while ago. I believe this is 2019. Or is this 2020? Yeah, so this is 2020. So as you can see right here, right? It's got this high, it's got this resistance. It comes up and it breaks it. This is a breakout, right? So this is a multi-week, I don't know how far back we can go, like a multi-month breakout, right? So now again, they're kind of weird because breakouts can be very choppy, but at the same time, they can just go straight through. So different ways that people like to trade breakouts is either they like to buy the break, buy the confirmation, or buy in anticipation, right? Those are the three different ways. And you'll see, we're going to go over a couple of examples. All of them kind of look differently. We're going to be looking at all of them on the daily charts, but this all is the same way intraday, right? Just imagine the candles instead of a 1 day, it's a 1 minute or a 5 minute, right? It all works the same in a way, in a way, right? Got to watch what I say a bit. But like you look at this one right here, right? So this is the breakout, this one candle. So how could you play this? You could sit there, and some people like to just buy the break. So they're going to buy at that 905. Some people like to buy in anticipation. When they see it's having a great green day right here, the volume's up, they're going to buy in at a good risk-reward spot before the breakout. Because they think the breakout's going to happen, and they're like, listen, you know what? It's real choppy. Let's get in a good entry, and then I can just let it do its thing, right? So that's another way of looking at it. But again, for those people that seems like it makes the most sense, but at the same time, since you're buying in anticipation, there's some times where it doesn't even break out. Sometimes it gets rejected. Sometimes it just kind of comes up close to it and then gets rejected. So that seems like real logical, but at the same time, you're going to have a low success rate with it. But you're going to have bigger wins when the breakouts happen. You can buy that break, like I said, or you can buy the confirmation. So sometimes when breakouts happen, they have the initial breakout, but then they come back and kind of touch back off of that breakout line, confirming that it's not resistance anymore, it's actually support, and it goes, and then it kind of comes back up and goes higher. So some people probably bought in on the second day right here because that was the confirmation. So again, those are like the three different ways, kind of like personality-wise, that people like to trade breakouts. Whatever one fits your personality, you should kind of figure out and work on and do it that way. Personally, for me, I do it differently depending on the stock and the market and kind of how it all sets up. There's some times where I will just buy in anticipation. I'm thinking that a breakout's going to happen. Maybe I'm watching the stock for a while and I see it offers great risk reward underneath of it. I'm going to take that. Other times when I think this is going to be a faster, more volatile move, I'm just going to buy that break and I'm going to take that initial move because I think it's going to slam down and not come back. Other times I'm going to be more patient with it. I think it's going to be a bigger play where it's going to be multiple days and I'm going to wait for the confirmation, right? Because I wanted to show me that, hey, this is support now and we're going to move forward with it. So that is too. You don't have to pick just one way. There's multiple ways to trade these, and again, it all depends on the market at the time. But here's a really nice breakout right here, like I said. So it breaks out. You see that volume come in. Volume's always the key with breakouts. You want to see the volume. And then there's confirmation, and then just a beautiful move from 905, yeah, to $33. BTBT was a great move. But we also have a second one. So we have that actually we have multiple to look at, like breakouts, but just another big one is I have marked down here 82 right here. So here's a smaller type move. Let's actually move the webcam again to right over here. So we're looking at this right here. So see, it has that nice big day, nice volume, kind of comes down right here, and now you can see the clear resistance at pop up. There we go, $9.40. Now again, excuse all the lines. There's support and resistance lines. There's a lot of them, but you can see there's that clear resistance. It actually make it green, so it's easier to see. So that nice green line, there it is. This is like an ascending triangle, right? So I was looking for, or a lot of traders, here's kind of what you look for, this break of resistance. Here's the breakout. It's a multi-day breakout, right? So beautiful multi-day breakout. The volume comes in, a little bit, because it drifted off the past 2 days prior, and then it comes back in. And then again, it's always kind of choppy. But again, not all of them are choppy. Some of them they break and they just go, right? So that's why I kind of don't want to just explain like, oh, here's exactly how to trade them, because that is not always true at all. It's just understanding the concepts of them and just watching and studying them. But then we kind of have that pullback day. Doesn't necessarily bounce off for confirmation, but 2, 3, and then that fourth day where it kind of gapped and spiked, just very nice. This time making it to the 20s. But yeah, a really nice multi-day breakout right here. So we saw a multi-week, multi-month. We saw the multi-day. We can also go and take a look at PRN. That just happened. I actually have a live trading video where I went and I traded this live. I recorded me actually taking this trade, this breakout, and I talk all about it, how I traded it. You see how choppy it is. You see what I was thinking and how I was playing it. So if you do want to see kind of how to trade these in a way, or kind of like the mindset and kind of what someone's looking for when you're trading a breakout, go check out that video. Live trading, I traded APRN and IC, both those stocks in that morning. Both of them are nice wins, but as we can see here, it's not always perfect. So just real kind of choppy. The green line is our resistance that we're looking for a breakout out of, but as you can see here, huge day, huge volume, breaks through, but then gives it all back and then some. So like, you got to be careful, because this was a rejection. Usually I don't know, this is just a failed breakout. It failed a lot harder than some of them do, but that's where kind of how do you want to play it kind of changes, right? Because we'd have to like look in this day to kind of like see it, but like if you bought in anticipation, you lost on this day. If you bought the breakout, you lost on this day. I don't know if it bounced off and then went up higher and it acted like it confirmed and then went down, but depending on that, then that person lost on that day too. You got to be real careful with these. Again, remember, nothing in this market is guaranteed, right? You always have to be careful. This is an art form, not a science. But then we have, it comes down, bounces off this support here. So we're still holding this channel, and then it kind of comes back up, and then we see that breakout again. Volume comes in again, and again. Check out that live trading video if you want to see how I traded this. I traded it in real time. And yeah, it's a great video. But then we can go to FLGC. So this was a multi-month breakout as well. Like just multiple, was it multi-month? It kind of started on the 15th. No, so multi-week breakout. And then we have FLGC. Now, this one hurts. I found this stock when I was a newer trader, so I did not know how to trade it. But as you can see here, so if you look right here at pretty much $6, this day right here is a break to all-time highs. Now, break to all-time highs can have some serious kind of movement because you got to think that when you're in a stock, right? Some people bought it on this IPO day, right? And they're still in this. So when a stock breaks to all-time highs, there is literally no one there that is down really on their position. You know what I mean? Because it is at the highest it's ever been. So that can really kind of create some movement and some rally to like keep going, because it's going to have a lot more buying pressure than selling pressure, because not as many people are selling to get in it. You know, when you're buying it down here and looking for something, that's tough because there's people all in. I gotta move my camera. My bad. Just realized that. Yeah. So if you're buying it right here, right, and you're hoping for like a bounce, or there's like resistance right here, so you're looking for like a break past that. I mean, there's people all still stuck in this up here. Not everybody, but there's definitely some people who have bought up here and they're just holding it. So whenever it kind of bounces up and is trying to do something and create maybe a multi-day, multi-week breakout, you have people from all the way back trying to sell to get out, and then it kind of stuffs it. But when you have a break from all-time highs, there's no one that's at a higher position, at a higher price, trying to get out. So that's where all-time high breakouts can be really nice and really interesting. Again, all these breakouts, they kind of just have the same thing where they're just breaking out past resistance. So you can trade them intraday, multi-day, multi-week, multi-month, all-time highs. They're great. And there's like I said, the 3 different ways to trade them. Personality-wise, if you want to buy in anticipation, try to find good risk reward before the breakout. You can buy the break itself, or you can buy the confirmation, because a lot of the times too, not every time, a stock will break out and it'll kind of come back down and you can kind of get that bounce. Actually, in that APRN trade where I traded the breakout, I bought the confirmation. I bought it when it came back down and bounced off that line. I didn't buy the initial break. And you can even see from that video that there's actually multiple entries to get in at. All these trade differently, so you got to figure out what your personality and like what the best way for you to trade it is, how you find the most success in it. And that's just the key thing. But other than that, it's a very basic play, right? You're just looking for the break past resistance. They are choppier, but it really depends on the stock. Sometimes they're super choppy, sometimes they're real clean and they're really nice. So I just say keep an eye out for them, look out for them. They're always going to be there. I mean, because like I'm gonna have a video I had the video on liquidity traps, right? Like liquidity traps don't always set up, they're not always around, they're not like always there. You really kind of find certain instances. Breakouts are always there. You're always going to find stocks that are breaking past certain points of resistance, right? Especially because there's so many of them. Again, the multi-day, the multi-week, the multi-month, the all-time high, the 52-week high, you know, the intraday. You know, there's so many different ways. So you just got to really kind of study them, figure them out, and they're popular. I'd say breakouts are the most popular play. Dip buys are the second most popular play. So that's what I meant before. Like I said in the beginning, the most important or the easiest. They're just the most popular. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this made sense. If you have any questions, comment down below. But I believe that's it. So hope you guys have a great day, and peace.
I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python.